Welcome back to the Talking Hedge. I'm Josh Kincaid, Capital Markets Analyst and host of your Cannabis Business Podcast. Today we're going to look at the 7 basic principles behind Cannabis's 2020 predictions, looking at a small data set, 6 sites, the Fresh Toast, the Motley Fool, 420 Intel, Benzinga, Leafly, and Green Entrepreneur, looking at 67 of their predictions, aggregating those into 7 points, being medical, CBD, cannabinoids, vape, edibles, legalization, and profit. So number 7, medical and educational concerns. Some of the points that were made were returning to medical, getting the deaf more involved, an overall emphasis on education, not making smoking cool again with vaping. Number 6 on the list is CBD. That's just kind of CBD in general concerns more than hope and optimism. For example, the Green Entrepreneur says that there's going to be a CBD slowdown, although there's going to be new delivery methods. So looking at THCP that just came out, a new cannabinoid, it's going to be interesting to see how that kind of increases or intensifies the effects. So you have to stay tuned for that. Leafly also said there's going to be a return to earth for CBD prices. So I would absolutely look at consolidation of companies and reduction in prices, looking for higher margins on things like THCP, CBG, CBN, anything but CBD. Hemp dreams are not fully realized. You're looking at 600,000 pounds coming out of California. Illinois stopped 18,000 acres, but that's not going to drop the price in that region. It was just bloated, inflated, overpriced to begin with. And so as CBN, maybe CBL, some other cannabinoids come out, there'll be a race to those higher margins. A lot of uncertainty around CBD as well, according to Motley Fool. Prices won't be important, according to Fresh Toast. And so there's a lot of issues with Curaleaf, for example. The FDA is throwing out some restrictions on them. You can't make claims. So class action lawsuits are not something you want to get involved with. Number 5 on the principles behind a Cannabis 2020 predictions is cannabinoids and terpenes. Obviously, we just found 2 more new cannabinoids. THCP is one of those. Terpenes are kind of the steering wheel that everyone wants to know which direction they're going to go into, whereas the percentage is just kind of like a pedal, gas pedal to get you there faster based on percentages. But terpenes are the effects. Those are things we're looking at, as well as some of the benefits of these other more rare cannabinoids. So expect to see more flavors, exotic cannabinoids, rise in terpenes, new flavors. Number 4 on the list at almost 13.5% is the vaping concern. There's going to be a crackdown on vaping. Nationwide rules will be introduced. FDA cracks down. There's going to be more fights, research, advertising. Obviously, maybe not obvious. Facebook and Instagram just blocked your ability to have influencers sponsor vaping. So that's another hurdle or roadblock. Hopefully, we'll get more clarity on that. Edibles and consumption plus lounges is number 3 on the list at almost 16.5%. Looking at Canadian derivatives 2.0. We're here obviously at Lift Expo. Microdosing is going to be interesting. Consumption, infused dinners, edibles, a faster onset time. So looking at nanotechnology, lounges. That's a great real estate investment trust play. So look for some more REITs to pop open. Number 2 on the list, legalization regulation. Almost 20%. So according to 420 Intel, there might be issues on the border. Legalization might be changes to policy priority. Congress kind of takes some steps back after voting the SAFE Act. Border issues, new adult state uses rolling out. California's slow transition. And the number 1 prediction for 2020 is price or profit. So at almost 24%, Fresh Toast said that there's going to be price fluctuations. Motley Fool said that there's a push towards profitability, financing concerns, and shareholder trust. Benzinga said that the honeymoon period is over. Investors are going to be looking for profitability and not speculation. So there's digital bud tenders that's probably trying to cut out employment since 280E doesn't allow you to write off employee taxes. That's the number 1 form of expense. So I'm trying to automate that. Probably a bad idea overall, but I understand why they're doing it. So Leafly said there's going to be price drops and cultivation goes mechanized. So one thing I would say, the takeaway here at the Lift Expo in Vancouver is there is a lot of pre-roll machines, at least 3 on the floor that I've seen, and that's fully automated. So they're rolling anywhere between 2,000 and 3,000 an hour. They grind it, weigh it, twist the tops, fill it, all of that. So definitely going mechanized, going automated. So $300,000-$400,000 is not going to be an issue this year, whereas in the past it was. And that's because investors are looking for profitability and not speculation. So if you can't make money, which means mechanizing, automating, then you're just not going to be in business much longer. There's a lot of people I've talked to up here in Canada that are feeling those constraints already. And so the things that I thought were forward thinking have been a reality up here. The US just doesn't know about it yet. Green Entrepreneur said you have to own it or you're going to perish. There's going to be less growth, more profits. There's going to be a huge fourth quarter, but that's because of consolidation. So as companies go out of business, that brings more market share to other companies. So there's a fourth quarter squeeze, I guess. Consolidation in the hemp industry, according to Green Entrepreneur, definitely would agree with that. Less investment dollars, improved retail experience, and then a big shakedown. So absolutely, there's going to be a lot of consolidation, capitulation, people having to get out of the business. That is definitely going to happen. So with that, we're going to roll this one up. I'm Josh Kincaid. This is the Talking Hedge. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or don't, and I'm out.